First and foremost, how do you like Green Bay's chances on Sunday against Tampa Bay?
Very good. I mean, this is the one time if you got an MVP quarterback and the best coach, the best of everything, and you got a top 10 defense. We haven't seen this kind of scenario in a long time, Bert. So, and you know this, whenever you have a defense that give you some options, if they get in sacks and turnovers, your offense can do what they do. But I am excited because they went, Bert, as you know, also from 14th in the league, 23 points a game, Matt LaFleur's first year to number one. When I say juggernaut at all the barbershops, they always talk about Patrick Mahomes. I say, not so fast. It's the Packers that lead the league in scoring. So I'm pretty excited.
So do you feel the major factor is getting to Tom Brady to have a different outcome from that 38-10 loss back in week 6?
Well, here's the difference. A lot of the guys did not play in that game. Remember, David Bakhtiari went out. Kurtzy, another veteran that you brought in, he didn't play. I mean, it's a different team. But not only that, you have the number one play action quarterback. So the running game, Aaron Jones had only 10 opportunities. That's going to change. As you saw against the number one defense, against the Rams, they almost had 200 yards rushing. Now, what that sets up is, like I said, play action. And they didn't do a lot of those things, and protection was an issue. So if you can protect Aaron Rodgers, he's shown what he can do. And they're going to leave guys wide open because they're going to try to blitz. But this is the best offensive line. So with all that being said, Bert, I think they're comfortable with the fact that if Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator, wants to bring pressure, the Packers welcome it.
Yeah, we saw that against the Rams, that formation when they hit Lazard on the big bomb to really clinch the game. They'd run it 3 running plays earlier, and it really was that play action set it up. Now, can they do that against Tampa Bay's fast linebacking core? Because they brought a bunch of different looks to Aaron Rodgers. They blitzed him 17 times in that first game, which was more than any other team this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing about it, Matt LaFleur and Nathaniel Hackett, they're going to more motion and movement. Jet sweep. They're going to move 17, Devontae Adams around. He's going to be in the backfield. It's going to be an X. He's going to be a Z. Always have somebody moving in his offense and make these linebackers guess when it's a screen or it's a draw. They don't know. You can hand the ball to Aaron Jones on the perimeter, let him pick his hole, and then you can bring in Jamal and just kind of wear these guys down. But if you're just going to line up and let them choose where to go, it's going to be difficult for you. But the good thing about what Matt LaFleur's offense is doing, each week it's a different guy that's a hero. And this week, I think that hero will be MVS. He's going to be wide open, Bert. All he got to do is catch the football. But when they go empty backfield sets, no linebacker can cover him down the middle of that seam.
Yeah, he can really take the top off of a defense. Yeah. That is for sure. And linebackers cannot cover him. He's too tall and too fast.
No.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you played with one of the greatest of all time in Brett Favre at quarterback. Where does Aaron Rodgers rank among the all-time greats, especially if he wins not only a third MVP but gets that second Lombardi trophy?
GOAT status. Bert, this week is GOAT versus GOAT. I mean, Tom Brady may be the Billy GOAT, the one with the beard, but you have a GOAT right here at 1265. I mean, let's make no mistake about it. This will put him in a position to say, I won 3 MVPs and a Super Bowl. It separates him, Bert, from all the quarterbacks who won the Trent Dilfers and the Brad Johnsons of the world. And yes, Brett Favre. You will be put in a position now at the barbershop. You can sit back and say, yeah, my boy also won multiple Super Bowls and 3-time MVP. That's imperative to do that kind of stuff. That's legacy changing stuff.
Well, Super Bowl weekend, the nominees become Hall of Famers. You are a finalist once again for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Is it only a matter of when, not if, you get that call to the Hall?
I have to go back to 2 people that I trust very much. It was Bud Lee, and God rest him. He passed away a few days ago. I remember him telling me, if you ever be one of the first guys to get 20 sacks and 20 interceptions, you'll be in the Hall of Fame. Lee Rimmel was another guy that came up to me and said, this is your 4th All-Pro. That's Hall of Fame status. Lee Rimmel also came back to me and said, you're first team all-decade. And Bert, I'm the only first team all-decade member not in the Hall of Fame. So it's sooner or later it'll happen. But I feel bad for people like Jerry Kramer have to wait 38 years, him and Dave Robinson. So I want to be able to enjoy it while I'm still young.
Hey, I agree with you on that one, and
Yeah.
I would see you in Canton if you were there. Now, do you think it's because the writers don't have enough respect for safeties as they might for cornerbacks?
Well, you know what? I think for the most part, they've been trying to change that with Troy Polamalu and Steve Atwater. You know, John Lynch is a finalist for like 8 times. They're trying, Brian Dawkins got in. So they're trying to change that. But for a long time, kickers and safeties were put on the back burner. So for the most part, as long as they keep talking about safeties, and Woodson's going to go in, he's the first ballot. So as long as they keep talking about safeties, I'm going to have a chance to get in there. And I got to be patient. I understand that. But last year I learned, Bert, that it's about the guys who were waiting and they wanted to get them in first. So, and I really don't know what they go by at this point, but I will say this. Pete Doherty has been doing a phenomenal job. They released 3 minutes of his presentation. I thought he did great.
Packers, Buccaneers, what's your score and your pick?
30-19. Score 30, hold them to 19, and you're going to Tampa. After Aaron Rodgers lost that game 38-10, I read his mind, by the way. He turned around like the Matrix, and he said, I'll be back like Arnold. He understands not one game can change things 38-10, but this game, everything is on the line. The Packers win. They go on to the Super Bowl, and I will be so excited. From 10 years, the last time they won it. So, Bert, there's no surprise here that I'm picking the Packers, of course, but they have the best team. This is not just a homer pick.
All right, Leroy, you know obviously something about product placement. Tell me about that stuff sitting on each side of you.
Well, you know, Bert, Chad Greenway, a good friend of mine that played for the Vikings. I got a phone call from him and talked about ownership of your own vodka. I said, if I can name it and be part owner, I'm all in. And now we'll have them at all the pick and saves starting tomorrow. And I'm just so excited. They're flying off the shelves. And if you're doing any tailgating, we want you to do it safe, wear a mask, social distance. But if you're going to have any vodka at your tailgate, please let it be mine.
Just in time for the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. Smart man, smart man.
Yes.
All right, I got to end on this, and it's a little bit of a sad note, but the passing of Ted Thompson. Obviously, you were drafted in the regime before him, and then Mike Holmgren and Ron Wolf brought him in as a scout. Just your thoughts, because you got to know him before you retired. I mean, you were here in the same time frame from 92 to 99 as he was. A kind man, clearly intelligent when it came to drafting and selecting and developing players, but he had an eye for talent. But tell us about him as the man.
I'll try to be brief because he was always that way when he talked to you. Just get to the point. The one thing about Ted Thompson, I will always remember getting a phone call when he says, Leroy, what are you doing? I said, nothing, what's going on? It's this kid from BCC, Bethune-Cookman College. I want to give him 36. What do you think? I say, hey, I second that. And he did that. He didn't have to make that call. I think about all the GMs that are going to have jobs in the future and now because of him. I think about the one thing, obviously, two things, Bert, and you know this. Drafting Aaron Rodgers was a game changer. Unprecedented, no big deal. But for him, he handled it with class, okay? They were ready to move on from the on again, off again Brett Favre. And again, the whole Brett Favre saga of trading them to the Jets and the fan base not liking it. Those are kind of decisions that he will always be a part of his legacy. And bringing in Charles Woodson to win a Super Bowl 45, those are kind of things I remember for him. And not to mention the guys you're going to see, Devontae Adams, okay, Aaron Rodgers, you know, Aaron Jones, all these guys are Ted's pick. So rest in peace, Ted. And I appreciate his family being, I'm going to give them some privacy, but he meant a lot to this organization. And I just want his family to know we send our true condolences.